You're home alone. The door is locked. The lights are on. And still, you glance over your shoulder. Nobody's there. You know that. But some part of you doesn't believe it. That feeling has a name. It's called the sense of being watched. And for most of human history, it wasn't a glitch. It was the reason your ancestors survived long enough to have you. You didn't decide to feel that prickle on your neck. Your brain decided for you. For tens of thousands of years, being watched usually meant being hunted. A predator in the grass. A rival tribe in the trees. The ones who felt that warning and acted on it lived. The ones who ignored it often didn't get a second chance. So evolution built you an alarm system. Fast. Automatic. Impossible to switch off. Deep in your brain sits a structure called the amygdala, your threat detector. It doesn't wait for proof. It scans constantly, and when it senses something might be watching you, it fires before your conscious mind catches up. That's why the feeling arrives first. You explain it after. Psychologist Colin Cherry described something related decades ago, what's now called the cocktail party effect, decoded as your brain's ability to catch your own name in a noisy room even when you weren't listening. Your senses are always scanning in the background for anything that might matter to your survival. Being watched sits near the top of that list. There's a deeper layer too. Humans are unusually good at detecting eyes, far better than almost any other species. Look at a human eye. The white part around the iris is far more visible in humans than in other primates. Researchers call this the cooperative eye hypothesis, the idea that visible eye whites evolved so humans could track where others were looking. It made teamwork possible. It made trust possible. But it came with a cost. If you're wired to notice where eyes point, you're also wired to sense when eyes might be pointing at you, even when they're not. Researcher Colwyn Trevarthen studied how infants respond to eye contact almost from birth. A newborn just weeks old will turn toward a gaze and hold it longer than almost anything else around them. From the very beginning, eyes mean attention. Eyes mean you matter to whoever is looking. Here's what should genuinely surprise you. Studies on gaze detection have found people can often sense they're being watched with better than chance accuracy, even when the watcher is out of their direct line of sight. Researcher Rupert Sheldrake spent years investigating this, and although his broader theories remain debated, the question stuck: why does this feeling show up so consistently across nearly every human culture in history? One likely answer isn't mystical. It's peripheral vision. Your eyes capture far more than your conscious mind processes. Movement at the edge of your sight. A shift in shadow. Your subconscious assembles these signals into a feeling long before you can name the cause. You don't know why you feel watched. You just feel it. And that gap is exactly where the fear lives. Here's the twist. That system hasn't gone anywhere. It just changed targets. You don't live in the grasslands anymore. You live in a world of doorbell cameras and comment sections and group chats you're not part of. Your ancient watch detector doesn't know the difference between a lion in the bushes and a coworker judging you from across the office. That's why silence in an empty house can feel loaded. That's why a dark window makes your stomach tighten. That's why some part of you still checks the back seat before driving away. Your brain isn't trying to scare you. It's protecting you, using instructions written 100,000 years before smartphones, before cities, before you were born. There's something almost tender in that, if you look at it right. That prickle isn't proof something is wrong. It's proof you come from a long line of people who survived by paying attention. People who trusted the feeling, turned around, and lived to pass that instinct down to you. You are the result of every ancestor who ever felt watched and took it seriously. So the next time you're alone, and the room feels different, and you can't explain why you turned around, remember what's happening. You're not broken. You're running software older than language itself, still doing exactly what it was built to do. You're home alone. The door is locked. The lights are on. And you glance over your shoulder one more time. This time, you understand why.